Jarom Jordan alongside Dave McCann. We now welcome in two of the busiest Beavers on campus. Lee Johnson and Chad Lewis are in the house. What's up, guys? You guys were in the locker room for that moment.
I was there. Beautiful moment.
What was that like?
Powerful. I've heard Kalani after wins, after losses. He's very similar. He's got this deep down in his heart and soul, this feeling of love. That was the longest speech that he's ever given post-game, but it was the absolute best. And what he did is he allowed the guys to celebrate like crazy, but to put it in proper perspective. And the perspective he's talking about is, I'm not here if I didn't get a coach at Utah. And same with Aaron and Justin Nena, Coach Anderson, Sione Boha, and Jay Hill. And he just gave the team this cool space to say, still love those guys. Don't let this turn you into a crazy man.
Yeah.
Like, have some respect, have a ton of love, have a lot of gratitude. We still have a lot of games left, and we need all the juice we can get. Don't waste it on stupid stuff. It was amazing.
What made it more amazing to me was the contrast of what was going on the other side right about this same time, which was the opposite of
and comments made earlier in the week by a certain player.
Yeah.
This is the opposite. Yeah, this is the way, isn't it? Yeah.
So instead of focusing on that, he focused on love and the team and the culture that he's building. I saw him after bitter losses at Rice-Eccles Stadium share similar stuff where he's like, guys, this hurts like crazy, but deal with it in the locker room. And when you go outside, I want you to love your families. I want you to smile. I give you full permission to still be a great son, brother, husband. Those are remarkable culture-changing statements and themes coming out of him. That's coming from like the inside of who Kalani is. Pretty impressive.
Elder Clark Gilbert, the Commissioner of Education for the church, tweeted that out and said, "This is why. This is who we are." Kalani and how he's managed through the end of last season and into this season and to this moment. Could BYU ask anything more from any other coach?
I've always loved Kalani. I think Kalani's strength is culture built. He is a master at that. And what I see, the reason why we are so good, why we were so good back in the 80s, even in the 90s, Lavelle had great ability to provide and bring culture.
Yeah.
I feel Kalani's doing the same thing. He does and says the right thing, and it's really impressive.
Will Ferrin makes an all-time field goal here, Lee. Let's talk about it as a kicker. Number 44 from 44. Never a doubt for you?
No, the guy's very good, and I never had a chance to do a game winner. Thank goodness. I did not want to be a part of that.
He just blown everybody out. Never had a chance.
Right. When he's got a beautiful ball. His leg and the way he kicks, the trajectory is really impressive. He's come together as a kicker. I'm really excited about Will. He's got a chance to go to the next level, I think.
Chad, I love his mind more than anything. K-pop on the sideline. Do you want it on right hash, left hash? He's like, Coach, whatever. Like, I'm good. I'm ready. What?
Yeah.
You're a kicker and you feel like that?
They cut to him on the sideline. He's smiling. He's ready to go. He's loose.
Yeah, but he's not smiling in a goofy way. Like, sometimes you see people on the sideline and it's phony.
Yeah.
They're smiling to try and let people know they're good. Will was good. Before the kick and after the kick, I hugged him. I'm grabbing him. Everyone was. And he's like, oh, that was great, man. Like, he wasn't going.
He was just kind of numb.
It was like, it was just incredible. That guy is an amazing man and football player.
Yeah.
What a great addition and gift to this team.
He's got a lot of kicks left in him, too.
Yeah,
he's got to work on the crowd surfing technique a little bit, but other than that,
that's what you want out of a kicker. Someone who's like, I'm kind of uncomfortable right here. I just
so
want to
good.
I was right next to him during that whole sequence, and they were like, "Hey, crowd surfer." He's like, "No."
That's what you want.
So the college football rankings come out last night. BYU jumps up 3 spots to 6 after a 1-point win on the road. That's what that Utah game is.
Yeah.
Are you happy at 6?
I'm very happy for this squad. The fact that their vision and their focus is not on number 6. Their vision and focus is on the next game. That's what makes them good. They've been a humble, resilient group. They haven't been perfect. They've made mistakes, but man, they bounce back in game so quickly, and they pull for each other. They make big plays, and I just think you win, you're in. That's your motto. You just keep fighting each week to win and only focus on that, and everything will be fine.
Now, you guys are in charge of fundraising.
We are.
So number 6 means a lot to a lot of the folks you're on the phones with, maybe more than it should. But everybody wins when you're unbeaten and moving, especially in that area, right?
It's amazing, yeah. Money's flowing. When things are good, there's more demand on tickets, and it's nice to see. Yeah, it helps. It helps to win. We got great donors, though. Even when we don't do as well as we'd like to, the donors step up. But it sure is nice to be number 6.
It is profound watching our donors and the fans. Cougar Nation just embracing this whole thing, full energy. And on the donor side, too, everyone they want to help. They want to be a part of this. And look, it's not the end of the year yet. So if you want to make donations to help these student athletes, we need your help more than ever. We're in the Big 12. There's a new thing called name, image, and likeness. It's going to be bigger than ever. We need everyone from Cougar Nation that wants to help. That's how it works. And then you get this.
Yeah.
Take us back to 1984 and the sort of mindset of the squad as you were 9-0 and kind of thinking, hey, maybe there's a chance of something special. Certainly the times are different in terms of the playoff. There's a playoff and there's rankings and there whatever. But how does this team compare to that team in terms of kind of mindset and the ability to take it like, hey, Kansas is the moment here?
Yeah, it feels very similar. Game 1 against Pittsburgh, we realized as a team that we could, if we win against Pittsburgh, number 3 ranked Pittsburgh, we had a chance to win out and be in a great position to have a chance for the national championship. I think as far as the team goes, it's a similar team. Culture, again, culture, in my opinion, wins games. And good players playing above themselves, which we always did. We had a great system. We had great culture. We had guys playing above what people would expect. And I see that with this team now.
All right, Saturday, you played in Cincinnati, you played in Philadelphia. What's cold football like for guys who are going out there with a bunch of stuff?
Midwest cold with the humidity is totally different. Kansas is ready for the cold. They live that weather.
Yeah.
This isn't going to freak them out one bit.
I'm talking about us.
You're going to be cold. And it's going to be a cold game. Last week I thought it was going to be colder. It was actually a nice, perfect night for football. This Saturday night will be colder, but our guys have proven that if it's hot, they're fine. If it's cold, they're fine. And I just trust their resilience and their togetherness and their ability to focus on one game at a time.
So you had to catch footballs in the cold. You had to kick footballs in the cold.
Barefooted.
Different balls, right?
Why didn't you put your shoe on?
Crazy man.
That was your choice.
I did it, though. No, I did it. I put it on.
How different is the football on a cold night? Or does it matter? They're off on the side, in the bag, but they try to keep them warm. What's the difference?
When Donovan was throwing 90-mile-an-hour heaters at your face, you caught that thing out of self-preservation. And you didn't want to look stupid on national TV dropping one. But the ball is hard. It's like a cinder block brick coming ripping at you. But what is your job?
Yeah.
Your job is to catch the ball. So you just narrow all the distractions down to one thing. Catch the ball. Andy Reid did a great thing with us. He's like, I could care less what your yaks are. Just catch the ball. And so it allowed you as a player to boil it down. Your one job is to catch the rock.
How about Kalani and Andy Reid, 18-0, by the way?
Unbelievable.
That's
the
pretty
two
good,
BYU
right?
guys.
That's pretty good.
I love
Keep it up.
And they've had really unique
Stark
ways
having
winning.
a great year, too.
Really unique ways winning. You know, block, field goal, this and that. However you get to 9-0, you just get
crazy.
there, right?
Shout out to Jay Hill, his defense all year. Shout out to Kelly Palpinga. What's happened on the special teams this year? 3 returns for touchdowns. The big, huge fake punt against Baylor. Like a number of things. And like you got to have that. When you have a sweet team, those things happen and it just feeds off each other. It builds the chemistry in the locker room like glue. It brings you together.
All 3 phases, man.
Yeah.
You said a couple years ago something that Spencer and I were like, what? You said when Ryan Rico gets to the NFL, he's actually, that ball is easier to kick than the college ball.
So much easier.
He has stuck as the Bengals punter.
Yeah, he is legit. I knew he was legit 3 years ago. He bombs the ball, and the NFL football is so different than a college football, especially BYU's college football. It's just a different kind of leather, and they break them in. They let punters and kickers break the ball in, and it's just the ball responds off your foot so much better, at least 5 to 7 yards. So I knew he would be really good.
Does he look good in the Bengal orange and black?
Very good. Not as good as I did, of course. But he looks good.
It was a different time.
Yeah, different time, different era.
Basketball team's coming back out on the floor tonight, and you guys raise money for the whole athletic department. So it's not just football, which is sky high. You know, cross country is #1 in the country in both men's and women. It's a unique time at BYU, but nothing more unique than this team that Kevin Young's running out here. From your vantage point, what's the excitement about basketball?
It's amazing to me that KY and his staff have identified with so much precision exactly who they want to get. When they do that, and they say, here's all the best top talent, here are the ones that we want most, when they identify like that, with that clarity, it inspires the fan base. It inspires the donors. People want to give and help. They're like, okay, you just came from the NBA. If you think that's what's going to get us to whatever next level, we're in. So his clarity, his precision, that's inspiring.
It's been fun to watch, looking for 3-0 against Queens tonight. Okay, we're going to be hanging out in April on the Cruising with the Cougs.
Oh, boy.
Lee, I can't wait to see you just in regular life because you're always juiced, and I don't know how or why.
It might get crazy. Let's just say that. You get me on a cruise, crazy things happen.
The list of who's who on that is going to be really fun. For the BYU fans that have already signed up, you're going to love it. For those who haven't signed up, why should they, Lee?
They sign up because they're going to have phenomenal people, former athletes, legends. I'm not a legend, Chad Lewis says, but we'll have all of those people around, cruising around the cruise ship, and they're there to talk to people. And that's the whole key. You're going to come to this to meet and mingle with some of the former players here at BYU, and you got to go. It's going to be a phenomenal experience.
And it's not just a vacation; it's a fundraiser, right? You pay for the boat; everything else is coming back.
It's a very small fundraiser. Like, we're not doing it to gouge or to make a ton of money. There'll be a tiny fundraising element to it, but this is what we're doing to give Cougar Nation something that hasn't been done before.
It's unique.
And so instead of a cruise ship where everyone's drunk and it's just like, that was okay. This is going to be top shelf, all BYU. People are going to have a blast from beginning to end.
I might act drunk, but I won't be drunk.
Correct.
I might act.
Listen, come back when there's a blizzard going on, and you'll be able to sell that thing out.
Yeah,
right.
Love it.
A foot of snow outside. Yeah, people are thinking of sunshine and warmth. Great to have both of you here.
Thanks for being on, Lee.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.